Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Not later, not tomorrow, right now. Because the information you are about to hear is not entertainment. It is knowledge. And knowledge like this has a way of disappearing once people realize how valuable it really is. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you held a small coin in your hand and never thought twice about it? You drop it into a drawer. You toss it into a box. You leave it in your pocket and forget about it. Most men do this their entire lives. And yet, history has proven again and again that the smallest coins often carry the biggest secrets. Tonight, I want you to slow down. I want you to listen carefully. Because this story is not just about a coin. It's about power, history, survival, and a silent witness to a nation that fought to define itself. This is the story of the South Africa 50-cent coin from the year 2008. At first glance, it looks ordinary. It feels ordinary. It weighs almost nothing in your palm. But that's exactly how important objects hide in plain sight. And men who understand history know one thing. Value is never loud. It whispers to understand why this coin matters. We must step back in time. South Africa is not just a country. It is a battlefield of stories. Empires rose and fell on its soil. Gold and diamonds changed the destiny of men. Blood, sweat, and ambition shaped a nation that refused to be simple. Every coin ever minted there carries that weight. Whether people realize it or not. By 2008, South Africa was standing at a crossroads. The world was changing fast. Global markets were shaking. Old systems were being questioned. Trust in institutions was fragile. And in moments like that, governments do something very interesting. They encode messages into symbols. They preserve identity in metal. They leave fingerprints for future generations. The 50-cent coin of 2008 is one of those fingerprints. Look closely at its design, and you'll notice something immediately different from modern disposable currency. This coin was not rushed. It was not cheap. It was deliberate. The imagery chosen was not random decoration. It was a statement. Every line, every curve, every detail was approved by people who understood symbolism. Men and women who knew that long after documents fade and speeches are forgotten, coins remain. Coins survive fires. Coins survive wars. Coins survive regimes. This coin was designed to endure. Now, let's talk about what most people miss. The metal composition. In the modern world, coins are often made as cheaply as possible. Lightweight alloys, minimal cost, maximum circulation. But certain minting years are different. Certain years produce coins that sit right on the edge between everyday money and something else entirely. The 2008 50-cent coin sits in that uncomfortable space. It was produced during a period when material sourcing, minting pressure, and quality control were undergoing quiet changes. That combination created coins with characteristics that later became extremely important to collectors, historians, and financial analysts who study physical assets. Most people never check these things. But men who understand value always do. Weight variations, strike depth, edge detail, microscopic alignment differences. These are not accidents. They are markers. And markers are what separate common objects from rare ones. Now imagine this. A coin passes through thousands of hands. A shopkeeper, a taxi driver, a laborer, a businessman. No one stops. No one looks twice. Decades pass. Then one day, someone knowledgeable puts it under proper examination, and everything changes. What makes the 2008 issue particularly interesting is not just when it was made, but what was happening behind closed doors at the time. South Africa's monetary authorities were navigating international pressure, internal reform, and economic uncertainty. Decisions were made quickly. Some records were never fully public. Some minting batches were smaller than officially stated. And here's where things start to get uncomfortable. Because when official numbers and physical reality don't perfectly match, it creates questions. And questions create value. Collectors and serious investors don't chase hype. They chase anomalies. This coin contains anomalies, subtle ones. The kind you don't see unless you know exactly what to look for. And once those anomalies are confirmed, a coin stops being old money and becomes an artifact. Let me be very clear about something. Not every 2008 South Africa 50 cents coin is extraordinary. Most are ordinary, but a very specific category within that year is not. And those specific coins are the ones that quietly moved from circulation into private hands long before the general public realized what was happening. Men with experience recognized the signs early. They didn't talk about it. They didn't post online. They didn't brag. They acquired. They stored. They waited, because real value rewards patience, not noise. There is also a psychological reason this coin holds power. For men aged 35 to 65, coins are not abstract. You remember when money felt real, when weight mattered, when metal meant trust. This coin belongs to that world, not the digital one. It represents a bridge between old certainty and modern instability. That alone makes it desirable. But there is more, much more. Certain 2008 pieces show evidence of limited run characteristics, slight die variations that indicate short production windows. These windows are often linked to maintenance shifts, policy changes, or emergency minting responses. When those windows close, they never reopen, and when they are gone forever. This is why serious collectors don't ask, how many were made? They ask, how many survived untouched? Because survival is what creates legends. Coins like this don't become valuable overnight. They mature. They age. They wait until the world is ready to understand them. And right now, the world is paying attention to physical assets again. Inflation, digital uncertainty, market volatility. Men who spent decades building something are asking themselves a simple question. What still holds value when systems fail? The answer has always been the same. History, scarcity, tangibility. This coin checks all three. There is also a cultural layer that cannot be ignored. South Africa's identity is deeply tied to resilience. This coin was minted in a time when that resilience was being tested quietly but relentlessly. That energy, whether you believe in symbolism or not, is embedded in the object. That's why people feel something when they hold it, even if they can't explain why. And when emotion meets scarcity, prices stop behaving logically. Now, I want you to think carefully. How many of these coins do you think still exist in pristine, untouched condition? Not cleaned, not polished, not damaged. True original.